Greetings and welcome. This is Rajiv Makhni and the show is of course Cell Guru and we are jam-packed. In fact, I'm not going to waste doing too much of an introduction, one-liner introductions. We've got so much to cover. Realme GT2 Pro. This is a phone that is coming in big. They say it's camera-centric. They're saying it's all about all the great features at this price. We'll find out how good it is. Then we move on to a great new phone, the iQoo Z6. I absolutely and totally think that this phone at this price point is an absolute bargain and we'll tell you why. Then we'll move on to the OnePlus Bullets, the Z2. These are neckband style, very, very nice ones, great sound, good battery life, great build quality. And from there we move on to something very exciting. This is going to be what's going to be powering your future. Mediatek's future chipsets. These are fantastic, great features and we'll take you through some of them. We've even got a concept box from them that looks really, really good. Let's get started with today's Cell Guru show. Of course, before we get going with all of that, all the news coming in from the world of mobiles.
Thought incredible noise cancellation was the domain of large over-the-head headphones? Think again. Realme's latest pair of true wireless earphones, the Realme Buds 3, is here with claims of cutting down noise levels by 42 decibels. The large 10mm bass drivers ensure a hard-hitting low end that will bring a smile to your face if you love listening to pop or hip-hop music. You can even customize the sound profile using the included app. The IPX5 rating ensures that Realme Buds Air 3 remains perfectly usable even around splashes and dust. Realme claims 30 hours of playback combined with the case. The earphones themselves will, however, get you 5.5 hours of listening time. The Realme Buds Air 3 supports dual device connectivity, making it easy to pair them up with your phone or tablet and seamlessly switch between them. Priced at 3,999 rupees, the Realme Buds Air 3 brings a packed feature set to the true wireless headphone space. Apple's next big event is on the way. The annual Worldwide Developer Conference now has a date to it. The event has been scheduled to run from 6th June to 10th June and will once again be a digital-first event owing to the pandemic conditions. However, the company plans to hold an in-person event for a select few developers and students who will have the opportunity to interact with Apple engineers on ground. Now, in its 33rd year, WWDC is expected to showcase the future of software running on iPhones, iPads, MacBooks, and the Apple Watch. Additionally, rumors are rife that Apple could finally showcase its AR/VR headset efforts this year. The mixed reality headset has been said to be in the works for years and is believed to have a wraparound display and gesture-based controls. In other rumors, the long-awaited M1 chipset-based Mac Pro might also make its debut. The high-end computer is designed for enterprises and professional use and is believed to pack a configuration consisting of multiple M1 Ultra chipsets. WWDC sets the stage for the next generation of iOS software and hardware, and we'll have more for you as we find out.
Our top story today is the Realme GT2 Pro. Now this is Realme going for super flagship level. So let's start off with the design. This is a great looking design, the look, the material. Let me tell you a little bit about the material. Biopolymer material that is being used in this. Even the design signature is at the back. So they've really gone into some fantastic design with this phone. I think they're really basing this on the fact that if you're buying a flagship, it has to look fantastic. So good cameras on this, fantastic processor, top of the line SNAPDRAGON processor on this one, great 6.7-inch screen. So everything seems to be absolutely top of the line at a pretty good price. But these are just the specs that the company tells us. What did we really think of it? That's what you're about to find out.
You don't need to pay top dollar for great design and performance. Time and time again, flagship killers have shown a proclivity towards offering users more bang for their buck. But to hit that attractive price point, some compromises have been made. Does the Realme GT2 Pro achieve greatness or does it fall short? Let's find out in the Cell Guru review. The Realme GT2 Pro's design belays its price point. The company has done an incredible job at creating a phone that both looks and feels premium. A lot of that has to do with the use of an interesting biopolymer material on the back. Think of it as a high-quality polycarbonate back with a textured finish that makes the phone easy to grip. Elsewhere, there's a raised camera module as well as an elevation sporting the designer's signature. It's an interesting touch that Realme could have done without. The overall fit and finish, however, are fantastic with buttons that have the perfect amount of feedback and a matching matte finish frame that completes the look. Also great to see is the 6.7-inch LTPO2 AMOLED panel. The 120Hz HDR10 capable panel can hit 1400 nits of peak brightness, making it more than adequate for multimedia content. Moreover, the screen is a flat panel that fits beautifully into the frame of the phone. Yeah, this is a really good looking phone, and at just 199 grams of weight, it won't be bogging down your wrist either. There are no compromises on performance either. Realme has equipped the GT2 Pro with a top-tier Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset, making it as powerful as anything else in the flagship tier. Combined with 8GB or 12GB of RAM, Realme UI is slick and smooth with no slowdowns. That's to be expected, of course, considering the high-end hardware. It's a shame that the software ships with a lot of bloatware. Thankfully, most of it can be removed. What about gaming and thermals? Genshin Impact cranked up to the max maintains a steady frame rate in the high 50s. With over an hour of gaming, the phone tends to hover around 42 degrees, indicating an effective thermal solution. Battery life holds up very well too, with the 5000 mAh cell delivering a full day of use even with a fair amount of gaming. We tested out the included 65-watt charger and found that it took just about 33 minutes to go from 0 to 100 exactly as advertised. Finally, coming to the cameras, the Realme GT2 sports 250 megapixel sensors, one of the primary camera and a second sensor for ultra-wide. There's also a third 3 megapixel sensor for the 40x microscope camera. Unfortunately, there's no telephoto sensor here. Images from the primary sensor are punchy with vivid colors and very good dynamic range. Realme's color optimization is a neutral, but it delivers social media friendly results that are pleasing to the eye. Low light shots too look rather good with limited noise levels. The ultra-wide sensor on the phone is the same one that debuted on the OnePlus 10 Pro recently, which is to say expect extra wide shots with a lot of edge distortion and a lot of noise once light levels dip. You can also click the 150-degree view fisheye shots, as seen on the OnePlus 10 Pro shots. The microscope camera is one of the most interesting additions. It won't be your most used lens by far, but the 40x zoom lets you get closer than ever to your subject, and creative users will find interesting use cases for it. The Realme GT2 Pro comes across as a breath of fresh air with its innovative design, balance of power, performance and battery life, and an interesting camera set. The lack of telephoto lens and bloatware is rather unfortunate and takes away from the experience. But priced starting 49,999 rupees, the phone is a solid alternative to the likes of the OnePlus 10 Pro with a few compromises.
Next up is the phone that we've all been very impressed with, because iQoo Z6 at under 15,000 rupees is quite an epic champion. Great screen, 6.58-inch screen, 120 Hz, good processor, Snapdragon 695, so good performance out there. Good looking phone. The triple camera performance has actually turned out to be very, very nice. So I'm glad that iQoo is doing these kind of things, because they're making a great name. I did say this is the brand to watch out for in 2022. And this is the proof of the pudding. The Z6 under 15,000 rupees. Take a look.
After making a name for itself with high-performance phones at value price points, the iQoo Z6 is aiming to take the budget king crown. But the market has a lot more alternatives, and it takes a perfect amalgamation of specs, pricing, software and timing to deliver a killer product. In the Cellguru review of the iQoo Z6, we will see if the phone has done enough to get there, or if it will get lost amongst the ocean of competitors. It takes a lot to stand out amidst the ultra-competitive budget segment of phones, but the iQoo Z6 does enough to hold its own. The focus on design is very apparent here. The sharp lines and the shimmery gradient are a sight to behold and right in line with 2022 trends. Yes, it's a bit similar to what we've seen before, but we're not complaining. The back panel and frame are polycarbonate, which keeps the phone safe from scratches and drops. You'll also spot a large camera island here. The phone is equipped with a comfortable sized 6.58-inch Full HD Plus display. The default color saturation levels are punchy and the phone is visible outdoors even under direct sunlight. You even get 120Hz support for gaming and extra fluidity in the interface. Unfortunately, there is a trade-off here and you will have to make do with an LCD panel instead, which means that the black levels aren't quite as good. On the specifications side, you get a performant Snapdragon 695 chipset. It's not the most powerful processor in the segment, but handily balances performance with battery frugality. Moreover, day-to-day use is perfectly adequate with some gaming thrown in for good measure. The iQoo Z6's cooling solution is what stands out more prominently and keeps the device running cool and lag-free even after long hours of gaming. On the software side, there's Android 12. We spotted a few frame drops on occasions, but the software scan is generally well optimized for the phone. This being a mid-range performer, you expect long battery life, and that's what you get with a 5000 mAh cell. With moderate usage, we observed 2 days of use with the iQoo Z6. Elsewhere, 18-watt fast charging is definitely on the slower side and not quite up with the competition. Looking for great cameras? The primary 50-megapixel sensor is one to watch out for. While exposure levels are set just a bit too high, the phone makes up for it with a decent dynamic range. Low light performance unfortunately suffers. The remaining two sensors, namely the 2-megapixel macro and 2-megapixel depth sensor, are largely forgettable. On the other hand, the 16-megapixel selfie camera holds its own and delivers quality results, albeit with quite a bit of software smoothing. Priced at 15,499 rupees, the iQoo Z6 5G is a safe bet. It won't break any boundaries of what to expect in a budget phone, but gets most of the basics right. The design is good, performance is more than acceptable, and embellishments like the camera hold up just fine.
And our next story is the OnePlus Bullets Z2. So the original Bullets did very, very well, had a good sound signature that continues, has been better. Battery life is now better. The look and feel and build of these in the second generation are much better. What I really like is that OnePlus has done all the things you really want. You can go out for a run with these. You can go to the gym with these. They are sweat resistant. All the good things that you really need. But what is really good is the sound signature, the quality of the sound that's actually in your ear, and also really good for calls, because by default, because of the way these are, the mic is much closer to your mouth. So that is a good way to make sure that your sound that is going to other people when you're on a phone call work out well. Here's our review.
The OnePlus Bullets have long been considered the gold standard among neckband style earphones. The company has been innovating with great battery life and sound quality. Now in its third generation, the OnePlus Z2 are promising solid upgrades to audio quality as well as longer battery life. Can this India exclusive audio product hold its own against stiff competition from much more convenient and just as affordable true wireless earphones? Let's find out in the Cell Guru review. The OnePlus Bullets Z2 is instantly familiar and recognizable. The plastic-clad headphones are lightweight at just 26.5 grams and fit great in the ear. A wide range of ear tips are included for a good fit, and we found that the Bullets Z2 stays firmly in the ear even during heavy exercise. The silicone band connecting the earphones rests comfortably on the neck, and you should have no trouble hanging the Bullets Z2 down your neck when not using them. Speaking of which, the earbuds have magnets in them that snap together when not being used. Snapping the magnets together automatically powers down the earphones and disconnects them from your phone. The reverse will of course connect you back to the phone. Very nifty. Finally, the OnePlus Bullets Z2 have an IP55 rating, making them both sweat and dust resistant, and the perfect companion for workouts or daily rigors. So how's the audio quality? The biggest change this year comes with the larger drivers. Clocking in at 12.4 mm, these are some of the largest drivers in the category, and this directly results in a lot more bass. In fact, we found the bass to be too overpowering in some situations, though fans of hip-hop or Bollywood music might like the sound signature. The earphones also get suitably loud, and 60% volume will be more than sufficient for most users. Unfortunately, there is no high-res audio support here, and the best you can hope for is AAC. If you take a lot of calls using earphones, the Bullets Wireless Z2 is an acceptable option, but there are better alternatives out there. The AI noise cancellation feature isn't very effective, and outside noise still makes its way into conversations. Battery life, however, is excellent at 30 hours. There's fast charging support too, and a 10-minute charge nets you 20 hours of playback. A full charge takes less than 30 minutes. Priced at an affordable 1,999 rupees, the OnePlus Bullets Z2 is an interesting evolution of the popular neckbands. While the sound quality isn't significantly improved and the lack of dual device connectivity is unfortunate, the upgraded battery life makes for a fantastic quality of life addition.
Let's take a quick break right now on the Cell Guru Show. When we come back, I have so much more happening just for you. And now it's time to look into the future with Mediatek. These are the chipsets that will power most of the phones that you will be buying in the future. So there's the 8000, 8100 and the 9000, and the phones that are going to come out with this are just around the corner. They are looking absolutely fantastic. 5G, lots of new features. So Mediatek sent us something very, very special. We'll take a look at what they sent us, and then we'll talk a little bit about each of these chipsets. Here's the story.
Rising to incredible feats of performance, stepping into a new realm of possibilities and unlocking the potential of 5G. Now, all that might sound like hyperbole or marketing jargon that you might find on the side of a box, but it is exactly what Mediatek has been working on for the next generation of its high-performance chipsets, and like they say, the proof is in the pudding. 3 new chipsets on the horizon from the foremost 5G chipset manufacturer in the world. The Dimensity 8000 and 8100 are designed for the next generation of mid-range 5G smartphones. They've got all the specs, like a combination of 4 Cortex A78 cores and a 4 Cortex A55 cores for an optimal balance between peak performance and battery life. All built on TSMC's 5nm process, Mediatek claims that the chipset is 20% more efficient than the nearest competitor. All those power savings come in handy when you are using the phone for playing games, something that the Dimensity 8100 excels at with an even faster clock speed of up to 2.8 GHz. That blistering performance is paired with a Mali G610 GPU that offers up to a 20% frequency boost over the Dimensity and a whopping 25% boost when it comes to AI-based tasks. If that's got you excited, Mediatek has one more thing up its sleeve. Yes, it's the Dimensity 9000, the world's first TSMC 4nm class smartphone chipset. The chipset is aiming high for the best of flagships but does it with exemplary battery life. Smartphone gamers, ray tracing might just be making its way to consoles, but the Dimensity 9000 is bringing it first to smartphones. There's other innovations too, like the ability to process 18-bit HDR video from 3 cameras simultaneously, as well as support for up to 320 megapixel cameras. If you've got a new high-end smartphone on the mind, you know what to do. Look out for the Mediatek Dimensity 8000, 8100 and 9000 chipsets coming to a flagship near you very soon.
That then was the Cell Guru Show for this week. As always, we've got some great stuff for you next week. Do join me.